Instead of showing us her substance and character, the DNC and its media organs engineered a surge of popularity for Vice President Harris based upon, well, nothing. No policies, no interviews, no debates, only smoke and mirrors and balloons.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr. accusing Democrats and the media of staging Kamala Harris' ascension as the nominee without one primary win to show for it. And in addition to endorsing Trump, Kennedy has withdrawn his name from the ballot in several battleground states. Here to react, Fox News contributor and former economic advisor to President Obama, Robert Wolf. He's very nervous about this interview. He called Pete ahead of time. He's like, you're going to make Will do this. So Robert stuck with...
No, I was actually saying that you can use Pete to make it more fair. That's
I need a tag team partner. And he said, that's the only way. One-on-one, and I get knocked out by Robert Wolf. Okay, here we go. I'm going to do my best to bob and weave, Robert.
I'm telling you, me too.
Let me ask you this. You've got to bob and weave against what's going on here within your party. Okay, RFK, lifelong Democrat. Nicole Shanahan, lifelong Democrat. Not only do they drop out of the race, they throw their support to Donald Trump. What a statement, Robert.
So I saw what you played before. He wanted to run as a Democrat. He wanted to meet with Vice President Harris last week. 3 months ago, this was his quote. RFK said President Trump scanned the American worker. He had a tax cut for the rich. He's been all over the place. So I think that for the most part, I think he's going to be somewhat irrelevant. Third-party candidates, are most important when they're third-party.
Yeah, but he's not.
Impacted.
Right.
Right. So,
right. Well,
endorsers don't mean let me just 10 seconds.
Okay.
Endorsers don't mean a lot. What means a lot is when they're a third-party candidate and they get either the double haters or the disinfected voters. Perot impacted Clinton Bush, Nader impacted Gore Bush, and Stein impacted Trump Clinton. The data showed, I looked at the data, it shows that it's less than 0.2%.
Okay, I hear your point, but it's not entirely accurate in that you're leaving out. What he is going to do is leave his name on the ballot in some states, and in others withdraw and throw his support to Donald Trump. Now, that's 5 percentage points. That's not 5 percentage points. Hold on. That's what he's polling at right now, Robert. He's polling at 5.
Yeah, but
hold on. I gave you your extra 10 that turned into 20.
Right, that's fair.
But
your turn.
The 5 percentage points, I'm not going to sit here and tell you today, all 5 are going to Donald Trump. But that's not necessary, Robert. We're talking about Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Arizona, how this affects an election that could come down to tens of thousands of votes. I think it's fair. Not fairly. I think it's very significant. I'm going to come back to why in a moment because you brought up why he picked to go with Trump. But just the effect of this, I think it has the potential to be very effective on the outcome of the presidential election.
Yeah, I would disagree. So I view it, you say 5%. I saw internals at 2.5 to 3%. And I think that it's viewed like it's 54-46 Trump versus Harris. If you look at that, first of all, not all of voting. I saw it was less than 0.2%. So that's quite negligible. And me to you, I think this is a choice election. I don't think Robert F. Kennedy is going to impact it. But we'll just wait and see. It's only 24 hours old, right?
But one more thing, because the significance is not just the potential impact, but look, the cover of the New York Post says a Kennedy endorses Donald Trump. A Kennedy endorses a Republican. It's a pretty big statement. And your initial point to me was, well, he's been all over the place. He wanted to reach out to Harris. But ultimately, Robert, he did go with Trump. Now, you can dismiss that as RFK is all over the place. But I think that we all deserve to give him the respect of him, the answer of why he did. And both he and Shanahan are saying there is policy overlap, not total disagreement with Trump, but it's really about the process. They're saying your party has closed down its process to the voters and any competition. And for the last 12 years, this is according to Shanahan, has selected their candidates from a pool selected by elites and by donors. And they're not in on this. They want to actually participate in democracy. And their answer to that is Donald Trump.
Yeah. I don't know who Shanahan is. I think that if you asked 100 people, 99.9% wouldn't know who she is. So the idea that she's impacting the Democratic voter is a zero. I was at the convention on behalf of Fox the last 4 days, and it was electric. And you can see by the polls, right now it's pretty much even. I mean, that's
I would just say, I got to go here. I would just say, look, and you and I are getting to know each other. I think that sounds very dismissive, and that's the charge. Democrats are dismissive of the voters. And to say you don't know who Nicole Shanahan is first of all, she's a big donor, has been to the Democratic Party, and she's a candidate.
Right.
It sounds very dismissive as she's telling you the problem with your party.
I mean, she has one vote, and you're listening to her voice more than most people in the country.
All right. Well, you and I are talking about her voice right now to about, I don't know, 1.5 million, 2 million people in this country. But Robert, I appreciate the conversation. Thank you.